In 2025, Israel stands at a critical junction, surrounded by conflict yet guarded by powerful global partners. From cutting-edge military cooperation to billion-dollar trade pacts and tight diplomatic alignment, these alliances are key to Israel's survival and prosperity. In this video, we rank the top 10 biggest allies of Israel in 2025, based on real data, leadership choices, and strategic depth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Some of these partnerships may surprise you. Number 10, Greece. In 2025, Greece is one of Israel's most steadfast European allies. Under Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis, the nations have deepened military and energy ties to counter regional instability. The Blue Horizon 2024 joint naval and air exercise included over 2,500 participants, demonstrating extensive cooperation. Between 2022 and 2025, Israeli defense exports to Greece surged by 41%, including the acquisition of Iron Dome batteries and Spike and-Loss missile. December 2024 saw Greece finalize a $1.6 billion defense deal with Israel's Rafael advanced defense systems. Greece also supports Israel diplomatically. In March 2025, the Greek parliament refused to join in EU condemnation of Israeli operations in Gaza. According to a Eurobarometer survey in May 2025, 62% of Greeks favor deeper collaboration, citing security and energy as primary motivators. The two nations are key partners in trilateral energy ventures with Cyprus, strengthening their geopolitical bond. For Greece, Israel is more than a companion, it's a strategic anchor in a turbulent Mediterranean. Number 9, India. In 2025, under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, India has solidified a high-level partnership with Israel. The two democracies share strategic interests in defense, agriculture, and technology. A $3.1 billion weapon deal was signed in 2025, covering Israeli-made Heron TP drones and Barak 8 missile systems, marking Israel as a leading arms supplier to India. By early 2025, official bilateral trade soared past $10 billion, with Israeli technologies in cybersecurity, water management, and agri-tech gaining prominence. Modi's January 2025 visit to Jerusalem resulted in a joint declaration supporting counter-terror initiatives. Surveys from Pew Research in April 2025 found 58% of Indians hold a favorable view of Israel, up significantly from 42% in 2019, reflecting growing public appreciation for Israeli innovation. Furthermore, India has abstained from several anti-Israel motions at the UN since 2022, reinforcing its diplomatic alignment. For India, the partnership with Israel combines shared democracy, mutual geopolitical threats, and high-tech collaboration, essential for national resilience. Number 8, Australia. In 2025, under Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, Australia stands firmly with Israel. In March, they signed a $950 million defense and cybersecurity pact, allowing Israeli naval visits to Perth and joint cyber defense exercises against emerging threats from the Middle East and Asia. Australia was one of only 5 Asia-Pacific nations to vote against a December 2024 UN resolution condemning Israel's Gaza operation. Trade between Canberra and Jerusalem rose by 38% from 2021 to 2025, led by Israeli biotech and cybersecurity technology. Australian lithium and rare earth minerals also fuel Israel's growing energy storage industry. While pro-Palestine protests occur in cities like Melbourne and Sydney, a 2025 Roy Morgan poll found 51% of Australians believe Israel has a right to defend itself. Australian Jewish and parliamentary advocacy groups have helped maintain strong bipartisan support. For Australia, Israel represents a democratic ally in a region increasingly marked by authoritarian regimes, making this partnership both strategic and values-driven. Number 7, Canada. In 2025, Canada remains a reliable ally to Israel. In February, the two nations signed a $750 million cybersecurity and defense deal, creating joint innovation hubs in quantum computing and drone detection. The Canadian Armed Forces and Israeli Defense Forces participated in urban warfare training drills in Alberta in April 2025, strengthening interoperability through ongoing NATO initiatives. Bilateral trade reached $2.1 billion by early 2025, fueled by Israeli exports in medical devices, defense systems, and clean tech, while Canada exported agricultural and clean energy products to Israel. Canada consistently supports Israel at the UN, voting against 7 of 8 anti-Israel resolutions in the 2024 General Assembly. A 2025 Ipsos poll indicates 63% of Canadians support Israel's right to self-defense. To Canada, this alliance is not just about diplomacy. It's built on shared democratic ideals, technological innovation, and a mutual commitment to counter-terrorism. Number 6. Czech Republic. In 2025, the Czech Republic ranks as Israel's most unwavering European ally. Prague was the first EU country to relocate its embassy to Jerusalem in 2024, a move signaling deep political dedication. In February 2025, Czech and Israeli defense ministries signed a $620 million arms agreement, facilitating joint efforts in drone systems, anti-tank defenses, and advanced radar technology. Czech troops participated in NATO-Israel anti-drone exercises. Czech diplomats have blocked multiple EU statements critical of Israel, arguing such resolutions encourage terrorism. Their delegates consistently vote in both United Nations General Assembly and UNESCO in line with Israeli interests. Public backing is robust. According to the Prague Security Review, 71% of Czech citizens support stronger ties with Israel, citing shared historical experiences of totalitarianism and an affinity for democracy. The Czech-Israeli Business Council reports a 35% rise in bilateral tech investment since 2022, particularly in cybersecurity and clean tech. For Israel, the Czech Republic is not just a voice in Europe, it's a friend who speaks up when others remain silent. Number 5. Japan. In 2025, Japan has emerged as Israel's top Asian ally. The countries have significantly deepened defense, technology, and energy partnerships over the past 3 years. In March 2025, Tokyo agreed to a $1.1 billion joint cybersecurity and defense program, focusing on missile defense collaboration and satellite surveillance systems. Japanese maritime self-defense forces began hosting Israeli naval vessels in Yokosuka for joint exercises aimed at securing sea lanes. Bilateral trade now exceeds $6 billion, with Israeli technologies in water treatment and agricultural automation deployed in drought-prone regions of Japan. Japan has also adopted Israeli-designed Aegis-compatible systems for its defense shield. Diplomatically, Japan has abstained from multiple anti-Israel UN resolutions since 2023 and supported Israel's right to defensive measures following security incidents. In a 2025 NHK Commission poll, 64% of Japanese respondents said they support a strategic alliance with Israel. For Japan, the partnership is pragmatic and forward-looking, driven by shared democracy, mutual strategic interests in Asia, and the importance of resilient supply chains and innovation cooperation. Number 4, United Kingdom. In 2025, the United Kingdom remains a top-tier ally of Israel. In January, the UK secured a $1.4 billion defense procurement agreement that includes anti-drone defense systems, battlefield robotics, and advanced radars. British Special Forces continued Brahman joint training with the Israel Defense Forces under the Sapphire Shield initiative. Despite vocal university protests, a 2025 YouGov poll shows 57% of Britons support Israel's right to defend itself. Diplomatic backing remains strong. UK representatives resist labeling West Bank activities as apartheid at the UN, countering critical third-party motions. Trade between London and Jerusalem hit $8.2 billion in Q1 2025, primarily driven by Israeli fintech and medtech investment in the UK. Israeli companies have established innovation hubs across Manchester and Leeds, creating hundreds of jobs in cybersecurity, biotechnology, and AI. For the UK, Israel is a key democratic ally and partner in global security, helping to manage threats from state and non-state actors alike. Number 3. Germany. In 2025, Germany continues its unequivocal alliance with Israel. It remains Israel's largest European defense partner, finalizing a $3.4 billion contract in February to acquire 3 Dolphin-class submarines armed with advanced missile systems. Counter-terror cooperation is strong. In late 2024, Germany forms joint intelligence units with Mossad to monitor extremist threats across Europe. Germany's Bundestag passed the Jerusalem Security Partnership Act, easing arms transfer procedures and research collaboration. A March 2025 YouGov poll revealed 54% of Germans favor ongoing security cooperation with Israel. High-profile anti-Semitic attacks influenced public opinion and governmental resolve. Germany has defended Israel diplomatically, lobbying within the EU to resist economic sanctions. Israel's tech firms also invested 26% more in German medtech and digital startups since 2022, further entwining national interests. For Germany, this alliance combines moral obligations with modern security and economic cooperation, honoring history while preparing for tomorrow's threats. Number 2, France. In 2025, France maintains a pragmatic and strategic partnership with Israel. Shared counter-terror interests, especially after the 2024 Paris bombings traced to Hezbollah, have accelerated joint intelligence and surveillance operations. In January 2025, Macron visited Tel Aviv to sign the Franco-Israeli Strategic Accord, including $1.1 billion of defense and cyber code development funding. French Air Force units now regularly train with Israeli drone and AI tech as part of EU-wide security exercises. French media, once critical of Israel's policies, now emphasize shared terrorism threats. A 2025 Le Monde poll shows 49% of French people support Israel's right to self-defense, even amid strong internal debate. France also abstained from UN votes condemning Israel in early 2025 and is gradually integrating Israeli water conservation tech into its domestic agriculture. For France, Israel is both a security partner and a gateway to Mediterranean stability, balancing internal concerns with external threats. Number 1, United States. In 2025, Israel's alliance with the United States remains its most pivotal. The U.S. authorized an additional $5.2 billion in military aid to Israel, supplementing a $38 billion memorandum of understanding covering 2018-2028. That support includes new Iron Dome interceptors, Arrow 3 anti-ballistic missiles, and upgraded F-35 jets. American agencies NSA, CIA, and DoD work closely with Mossad and Israel Defense Forces Cyber Command to preempt shared threats. In January 2025, a joint national security agency, Israel Defense Forces operation, disrupted an Iranian-backed cyber attack targeting Israeli water infrastructure. At the UN, the U.S. vetoed 4 resolutions against Israel from January to April 2025. Israel is our closest ally and frontline defense against terror. Domestic American support remains strong. A May 2025 Gallup poll shows 72% of U.S. adults view Israel favorably, with 80% of evangelical Christians and 68% of Jewish Americans expressing support. This alliance is uncompromising and long-standing, fueled by shared democratic principles, strategic alignment, and unshakable trust. These 10 countries stand unwaveringly with Israel in 2025, united by security, trade, and shared values. From defense pacts to diplomatic coordination, each alliance strengthens Israel's position amid global uncertainty. Which one surprised you most? Drop a comment, like, and subscribe for deeper looks into global partnerships